Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to be showing you some more keyboard shortcuts to use in Internet Explorer 11. Now I've done a previous video on some of the basic keyboard shortcuts to use in Internet Explorer 11, but I just provide you more in this video. So let's dive straight in. So here I've got the Internet Explorer is open. I'm on a Windows 8 machine, and this is the version of Internet Explorer which is running on my desktop. And it's always safer, I think, to try these keyboard shortcuts out in the desktop version of Internet Explorer. Okay, so I've got the BBC site up in front of me. So if I press Ctrl and then the D button, I can add a favourite. I can add this to my favourites. So here we go. We've then got a choice, and I can put it on I can either put it in my favourites folder or in my favourites bar. And the favourites bar is the bar which would appear at the top of your screen. So we can do that by pressing Ctrl and D. Now the Alt and the Home button, if I press the Alt key down and then press the Home button, that takes me back to my home page, which is set at msn.com. Okay, now the next keyboard shortcut for us is Ctrl, Shift and Delete. And that brings up a menu where we can delete our browsing history. And then we've got options there for just how thorough we want to be in deleting stuff. And I'm not going to delete anything now because there may be stuff in there that I want to refer back to. But if you press Ctrl, Shift and Delete together, then you will get this box up and you can delete your browsing history if you want. Okay, now if you put an address in, so let's say that I want to go to, I don't know, CNN. So if you start to type an address and you just put in the word, if you press Control and Enter, what it does is it adds a www before you've written your destination and a .com at the end. Okay, so let's just go back and do that again. So I want to go to CNN, so I just type in the address bar CNN, and then if I press Control and Enter, you will see in the address bar a www dot appearing and then a .com being added on the end. There you go. Now if I press the Ctrl and F, the Control key down and then press the F key, it means that I can find a word that I'm looking for on this page, and you can see that it's appeared at the top there, a little box. So for instance, if I type the word debris or debris, because I'm looking for that word on this web page, it tells me that I've got 3 matches. It's already highlighted the first match there, and then I can move to the next or the previous using these buttons at the top. Okay, and every one it finds it highlights in blue, as we can see down here. So that's the Control and F, finds us a word on the page that we're on. Now another really good button is the Home button. The Home button takes us to the top of a web page. Sometimes when you're in a hurry and you want to go back to the top, so you just press Home instead of having to scroll all the way up or using your mouse. Another great button is End, takes us to the bottom of a web page. So Home takes us to the top, End takes us to the bottom. Now For instance, if we wanted for some reason to have two copies of the same web page up, then if we press Ctrl and K, it will open up the same page in a different tab. So you can see at the top here I've got the same page up, and I've just done that through Ctrl and K. That is really important. I use that a lot when I'm on my email or when I'm doing some online shopping, and for instance I'm on eBay and I want to look at the same page but in two different tabs in the browser. Then that's Ctrl K. And then finally Ctrl and then H gets us our browsing history, and you can see in Internet Explorer that it breaks it down 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, what I did on Monday, and today. So your browsing history may not be exactly the same as that, but it does break it down so you can look at it in smaller chunks. Okay everyone, that's it. That's the end of this video on even more keyboard shortcuts to use in Internet Explorer 11. Please let me know if you've got any comments. Leave them in the comments section below this video. Thank you for watching.